Chapter 2. The Gravedigger. I need to fall asleep, but my receiver brain is malfunctioning again, glitching instead of settling down. I can't tune into a restful state, and there's no sense of comfort in the transition toward night's quiet. The glitches are very strong. The image of the dead girl keeps flashing. What's happening? I'll have to deal with this, and I'll have to tinker with the receiver's settings. No, sleep is not coming. I don't want to eat or drink either. What do I want then? I want nothing. That's not true. I want to go to the gray zone. Why? I don't know, and I won't find out unless I go there. I got into the aeromobile, activated protocol number 1144, and flew to the low-rise quarter, past the checkpoint, and walked down the already familiar street. No one. And I won't meet anyone for a while because I'm on the outskirts of the gray zone, at night, under heavy rain. That's good. Walking was easy. Tons of water instantly disappeared into the ground through the drainage systems. Probably the only thing that worked flawlessly here. Soon, I reached the place where the elite of the quarter killed the child. The girl was still lying in the middle of the street. None of the locals would dare to remove the corpse because 4 out of 6 deadly viruses continue to live for a long time, even in a dead body. I squatted beside her. The dim light slightly altered the visual perception. I no longer saw the expression of fear on her face. Now I saw surprise, misunderstanding, and hurt. Childlike hurt. I stared at her for a long time. I even missed the moment when the rain stopped. I need to do something about this receiver. It was lost in a daydream, but I noticed in time that scavengers were approaching me absolutely silently. Huge, nasty birds without feathers, with small-toothed beaks. Besides the blade, I had no weapons. Firearms, magnetic force, and energy weapons were prohibited in the gray zone. I just waved off the first scavenger. I missed it with the blade. I beheaded the second one. It fell next to me, and its headless body convulsed, pouring red-green goo at my feet. 4 more were approaching. Hey, chickens, I don't claim your late dinner, but attacking me is not worth it. I thought I would scare them off with a shout, but they circled above me. And finally, one of them decided to attack. I dodged and slashed its belly. This filth nearly splashed me with its guts. The remaining birds landed, surrounding me, and started to approach slowly. But instead of attacking me again, they began to cautiously peck at the bodies of their dead fellows. Good birds. Of course, your fellows are much tastier. They have more vitamins and meat. What's that girl got? Skin and bones. Well, eat up, chickens. I won't disturb you. I took the girl's body in my arms and carefully stepped out of this disgusting circle. So why did I take the girl? What's next? These thoughts came when I had already reached the wasteland. I stopped and wanted to throw the body to the ground. But I kept standing with the girl in my arms, trying to understand what was happening. I should get out of here quickly. The chomping behind me won't last long. Who knows, maybe they won't get enough. But I kept standing. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a figure in a cloak with a hood on the head next to me. I slowly turned towards it. The person said, extending a staff to me,
I have a lot of work in the center of the quarter today.
I instinctively extended the hand that was supporting the girl under her shoulders. The person shook the staff. Something clicked at the bottom, and he thrust its handle into my palm.
If you want her buried, do it yourself.
Then I realized I had a shovel in my hand. The stranger turned and said over his shoulder,
Don't be afraid of the scavengers. They will fly away soon. They don't need as much food as they have. So, I have a lot of work. Leave the shovel at the grave. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
I was digging the grave, feeling something like wrath. But wrath is directed, destructive energy. What I felt was definitely not wrath. Perhaps this feeling is what people call spite. Spite is scattered energy of an indefinite nature. Eventually, I managed to let go of the spite. Questions began. to which there were no answers. Why am I digging this grave? Why do I need this? Why did I come back here at all? Why? I realized there would be no answers now. My thoughts were interrupted by the witch's voice behind me.
Heard yourself and accepted what you heard.
I turned around sharply and saw a familiar face. The old woman looked at me with an indifferent gaze, but there was a faint, ironic smile on her lips. She shrugged and spoke again.
Don't mind me. I was just passing by and saw someone digging around in the dirt. Got curious.
She turned and hobbled away. I watched her for a long time, hesitating to follow and ask my questions. But I didn't go after her, simply because any question I would have asked came from the position of a student who doesn't understand what's happening in this lesson. And I'm used to being the teacher. So I didn't go after her. I returned to my task. I remembered the crowd of murderers, especially that clown, the axe thrower. And then I felt wrath. I'll kill them all. For what reason? At least because the jester's axe reminds me a lot of my hateful nephew Thor's hammer. That's not the whole truth. Or because thanks to this elite of the quarter, I'm wallowing in the dirt instead of sleeping. It's only part of the truth too. None of this was entirely true. It was vague, concocted, like the feeling of spite. But this was definitely wrath. That I'm well versed in. Therefore, I'll kill them all. Upon returning home, I fell asleep peacefully.